What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is Marketing with Dev. Make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos just like this one. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to run Facebook ads for beginners. So I get this a lot. A lot of you guys are new to the Facebook ad space or just the advertising space in general. So I kind of wanted to give you guys a broad overview of how to set up your ads properly. So the first thing that we're always going to want to do is start from the ads manager. And to get here, you have to make a business manager account. And from the business manager account, you then make an ad account, and then you can get into your ad account after you create one. So the first thing that we're going to do while we're in here is first just check out all of these things right here, right? So right now, right here, these are the columns with all of the different metrics that we can actually look at, right? So if you change the column type, you can get different metrics and things like that. There's no data here right now because this is a demo account. But when you are running ads, you will see all of the different types of metrics that you can track and things like that. So let's try to look at some. There's performance, engagement, performance in clicks, so many different types of different metrics we can look at. So let's actually take a look at some. So we can track the results, result rate, reach, frequency, impressions, click-through rate, cost per click, engagement, followers, post saves, post shares. And a lot of this might not mean a lot to you guys right now if you're new, but trust me, all of this data is very important because all of this data is going to help you make data-driven decisions, which will eventually help you make more money with your ads. So what we want to do now is press the green create button on the left-hand side. And now we want to choose a campaign objective. But above that, we see buying type. I always use auction. That's the only type I ever use. Now going down to choose a campaign objective. So first we have awareness. So awareness is good for reach, brand awareness, video views, or store location awareness. Traffic campaign, which is geared to get people to just click the link, is good for link clicks, landing page views, Instagram profile visits, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp calls. Engagement is good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Video views, post engagement, conversions, and calls. Leads are good for instant forms, messengers, Instagram, and WhatsApp, conversions, and calls. App promotion is good for app installs and app events. And sales is good for conversions, catalog sales, Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp calls. So most of you guys are probably going to be using leads and sales the most, but there may be times where you're using an awareness or an engagement campaign. Unless you have an app, you're not going to be using app promotion at all. So for the sake of this example, let's just use a sales campaign. I always like to do manual because I guess I'm old school. And now when we get inside of the campaign, because this is now the campaign level, there are 3 levels that make up an ad campaign, right? So, and you can tell which one you're on if you go to the left-hand side. So the first one, it always has a folder, right? That's how you know you're on the campaign level. Below that, you see to the left-hand side, there are 4 squares. That will let you know that you are on the ad set level. And the last one, just 1 square, that will let you know that you are on the ad level. So you're going to see in a second, we're going to name these differently than what they're named right now. So it's important that you can recognize which one is which. The first thing that we're going to do is always name the campaign, because when we're running a bunch of different campaigns, we need to know what is what from the dashboard. We don't want to have to open up every campaign just to see what it is. So let's just add one. Selling stuff. I don't know what to put. This is an example. So, and sales, right? So L1 signifies that this is a prospecting campaign, or this is a campaign that is going out to cold traffic, right? I just put selling stuff in the middle because I don't know what to put there, but what you would put there is what your actual campaign is about. So if you're trying to get leads for your opt-in page, you would put that. Like if you're trying to sell your shampoo, then you would put, shampoo sales, whatever. And then sales at the end just lets us know what type of campaign that we're actually running. So special ad categories right here, unless you are like in the tax, like if you're selling financial products, employment, housing, social issues, election, or politics, unless you're in one of those categories, then you're not going to have to select a special ad category. But if you are, then you are gonna have to select one of these because your ads will probably get rejected if you don't. And that's all we're gonna have to do on the campaign level. So you can either go press the ad set button right here, or you can go to the bottom right and select next. And now we're on the ad set level. And this is where we select the audiences of, where our ads are going to be shown to. So we always name the ad set name, the name of the audience that we're targeting. And since I don't have that yet, we don't have that yet, we're going to leave that blank for now. So performance goals, I always like to maximize number of conversions. Daily budget, I always like to start off with 3 ad sets at $20 per day. I feel this is done a lot of testing with this. This is a good number that after 3 to 5 days, we're not spending too much, but we're spending enough to the point where we can see enough data to let us know if we should continue with this ad or if we should shut it down. Start date and end date. You can start a start date and end date if you want to make sure, you're not spending too much money. As someone who's in the ads manager every day, that's not something I really need to do because I'm always here. Audience type, find prospective customers, even if they haven't interacted with your business, or retarget ads to people who interacted with your products on and off Facebook. So for this particular campaign, we would go with this one because we're not retargeting, because remember, we named this campaign L1, and that means it's going out to cold traffic, and that's what this is right here. Now going down to Advantage plus audiences, but actually before we get there, locations, we can select whatever location we want to go to. I'm in the United States, so I'm going to be in the United States. But if you're a local business or something, if you only operate in a certain city, you can select that city and a mile radius of that place. So this is Baltimore, Ohio, but I can also select Baltimore, Ohio and 25 miles from Baltimore, Ohio. And I can go all the way up to 50 or all the way down to 10. So if you have a local business, that's what you're going to want to do. You're not, obviously, if you are in Baltimore, Ohio, you're not going to want to show your ads to people in California, because unless you ship. But if you're somewhere local where people have to come in, obviously that's not what you're going to do. Now going down to Advantage plus audience, we're going to switch to original audience options. We're going to use original audience. Now going down to age and gender. So I always leave these blank until we get data, and then we just let the data tell us what age groups like us the most and which gender likes us the most, unless you have a product or a service that is obviously for people of a certain age, or that's obviously for a specific gender. But if it's not that, then just leave it blank for now. Now, going down to Advantage detailed targeting, this is where we're going to implement our 3-layer targeting strategy, right? So this is the strategy that we use to make sure that we're getting our ads in front of people who are actually interested in what we have to offer. And the 3-layer strategy is like this. So layer 1 is something that is directly related to your product or your service. Layer number 2 is something that is closely related to your product or your service. And layer number 3 is something that your ideal prospects or customers also like. And that does not have to be business related. So let's just use my own business as an example. I have an ad agency. So something that is directly related to my product or my service would be online advertising, right? Because that's quite literally what I do. So we would go up back to ad set name, and we would name this online advertising. I like to test one audience at a time, just so I know that the results I get is due to this particular audience, as opposed to if I had 2 or 3 different audiences, I'm not really going to know which audience is working the best, because there's 3 audiences in the same ad set. So I won't be able to determine which one is working the best. But if there's only one, I know that this is the audience that's working well for us. So the next thing we're going to do now, because that's all we have to do for this ad set, is go to next. And it's going to take us to the ad level. And same thing here. When we get to ad name, we want to name it, right? So let's just call it video 1. And for the ad level, it's very important that you guys understand this. We are going to have 3 different ad sets when we're done and 3 different ad levels when we're done. But each ad level is going to be the exact same. And the reason for this is because for this strategy, we are testing the audiences first. And if we're testing the audience first, then we have to make sure that everything else is constant. Because if we have different audiences and different ads, then we're not going to know if the results are due to the different audiences or if they're due to the different ads. So it's important that whenever you're testing something, you only change one variable and you keep everything else constant. So you can name it whatever you want, just as long as you can recognize it when you see it. So I just call this video 1. You're going to connect your Facebook page. You're going to connect your Instagram account. Obviously, I'm not doing that because this is a demo. I always go single image or video. Going down to add creative, primary text, headline, all of this stuff, right? So this is where you can add your images, you can add your videos, your primary text, and your headline. So I have videos already that will show you how to create high converting ad videos, how to create high converting ad copy, and how to write strong headlines, right? So I will link those videos in the description because I'm not going to go back over it again because I already had detailed videos about it. And down here is you can pick your call to action, whichever call to action it is that you want. Now going down to destination, this is where you're going to put your website URL, and not just any URL, but the actual URL of where the conversion is going to be taking place. So this is when we're going to put that there, and then that's all we'll have to do for this ad level. And we're going to be duplicating this, so everything will be the same. So you only have to do this once. We're going to duplicate it 2 more times, but you're not going to have to do anything because after you do it once, everything will already be set up for you. So let's go back to this ad set online advertising. Now, what we're going to do now is go to the 3 dots on the right-hand side of the ad set where it says action menu. We're going to press the 3 dots. We're going to select quick duplicate. Now, what this just did was duplicated the ad set. And since the ad level is also underneath the ad set level, it also duplicated the ad level as well. So like I said, we always name the ad set the name of the audience we're targeting. We don't have that yet, so we'll leave this blank for now. Let's go down to Advanced Detail Targeting Plus. Now we just did layer 1, which is something that is directly related to your product or your service. Now let's do layer 2, something that is closely related to your product or your service. And we can get something like digital marketing, right? So digital marketing is close to my product or my service because online advertising is a subset of digital marketing. And now we can do the same exact thing 1 more time. Quick duplicate, get rid of the name because we don't have it yet, change the audience. And now layer 3 is something that your ideal clients or customers are also interested in, and it doesn't necessarily have to be business related. I'm looking for entrepreneurs and business owners. So a show like Shark Tank, which is about entrepreneurs and business owners, would probably be a good place to find these people. So that's what we're going to select there. And now we're going to go back to the top and we're going to put in Shark Tank. Now we have our 3 audiences right here. And now we're going to let these run for about 3 to 5 days before we even think about making any adjustments to it, right? So it's important that we let the ads run. We have to spend money to be able to get data, to be able to make data-driven decisions going forward that will help us make more sales. So after you've done that, after the 3 to 5 days, you guys will see what you have. You'll know based off the results if I should put more money into this ad set or if I should turn this ad set off or if I should start a new ad set or create new ad sets and test more audiences. You can do more than 3 ad sets. I'm just doing this for the example. We typically start off with 3. So after 3 to 5 days, you can do another 3. You can do another 10. You can do as many as you want, but I would suggest to constantly keep testing. And after you're ready, you would press on the bottom right this publish button, and your ad campaign will be reviewed by Facebook. After Facebook reviews it, they'll let you know if it's good to go or not. If it is, your ad will be running. You will be good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop new videos like this one. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.